qualify us for divine exemption or the keys in activating divine exemption. POB day one, we saw two. We saw what? Number one, don't even talk about divine exemption when you are not born again. It's for the children of God. Born again is what qualifies you. I don't want to go into the nitty-gritty of that subject. Go and look at the message. Yesterday, I even buttressed more on this. Number two, we saw that even after being born again, for you to experience and enjoy divine exemption, there are things you still need to do. And the second thing we did say was that holiness. Holiness. Walking in holiness is another. Oh. Can you give me just John chapter number 14 and 30? Let's look at one scripture here. Number one is what? Born again. Number two is what? Walking in holiness. It's a measure key. Permit me say this. Holiness means hate evil. It means what? Hate evil. So if you are just holy and you don't hate evil enough, you are not holy enough. When I say that witch must die, it's a holy prayer.
That's right.
Every witch against my life and destiny, die is a holy prayer. If you can't pray like that, you are not yet holy. Because anything fighting the agenda of God, any enemy, any man that fights the agenda of God is only Satan that fights God's agenda.
That's right.
So your ability to hate that act is holiness. Can we have that scripture? John 14:30. Hereafter I will not talk much with you, for the prince of this world cometh. Now, who is the prince of this world? He's talking about the devil. And it's quite amazing how a devil that was cast away from heaven has become the prince of the world. Do you know that we are the one that enthroned him the prince of the world?
Right.
We will not go to that teaching now. It's a teaching for another day. But me and you enthroned him to be the prince. Another time the Bible called him the God of this earth. When did he become the God of the earth? We made him God of the earth.
Right.
Because God made us God of the earth. We transfer authority to the devil. And even when the authority have been restored till today, our ignorance still make him the God. Our ignorance still make him what? The God of the earth. So anytime you start in ignorant, the mountain before you become your God. You were supposed to be God before Pharaoh. But each time you don't know you are a God, Pharaoh remains a God over you. It's already deep. They didn't hear. Did you leave that scripture? Let me show something quickly. My God, time has already finished. The prince of this world cometh and had nothing in me. He came. So his coming is not the problem. The devil's coming to you is not the problem. But what will give him, what will make him prevail, give him access? If he finds his property in you. So he came to Jesus. Jesus is testifying. But he found what? Nothing. So he came. Anger was not there. So he could not come. He could not do anything. So he remained powerless as long as his property is not with us. Bitterness is his property. He was only coming to check. He found his property in you. That's why the high blood now came. It was the bitterness that brought the high blood. He came and he found what? Bitterness. So he entered and then appropriated his substance. He has no business with you. That's why we talk about holiness. He has no business unto you. Oh. That's why you see, when I talked about mercy and grace, you know that we need it. Because the Bible makes us understand that the most righteous man sinned how many times? 7 times. That's why you see sometimes your pastors still get touched. And then we recover. The only reason we are touched is because of our human frailties. It's because, so you must appropriate the mystery of grace to create a balance, or else you will not survive.
That's right.
There are many people here. How can the devil do this to me? I'm coming to church. I'm serving. I'm praying. I'm living God self. If God just open your fire and show you what you did 3 hours before the attack, you come back and need immediately make that statement and say, Lord, have mercy. When you were ranting, or when you were in a corner that nobody's here down. But then now, 2 days after you are beaten by the enemy, I say, because you come to church and no, are you holy? Somebody say, so we must begin to source grace and mercy to help us.
Right.
I found that is where the energy is. It's not by, Oh, I've learned mercy. Oh. One time my wife heard me praying one morning. And I was just like, God have mercy. Because I know if not of his mercy, we would have been consumed.
That's right.
The only reason I stand here to preach to you is not because I'm a right to perfect man. It's mercy is helping. It's mercy. So you strive and pray for the grace to live right. Then where you want to fall short of that grace, of the ability, you source for mercy to help you. Am I communicating?
Yes, sir.
Because for many of you here, it's property. Some of you left, you came here with this property. You just quarrel before you enter church. You just quarrel. You were on a phone call. Hey, I'm already in church. I'm already that nonsense. We'll talk after. I'm already in church. You enter church. And you don't know you have that's the devil's property you're keeping. So that's why he can stroke you after now. You see? How many of you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So if you want to be exempted from the strategy, the strategies of these days, you do what? Just maintain it. Oh, it's not just being born again, it's a step. Born again is what guarantees you to qualify. You hear what I just said?
Yes, sir.
Being born again does what? It guarantees you to qualify. So you are not even guaranteed to qualify. Now you are not qualified. You are number one, born again. You are okay. You are not here. There are other things that will make this exemption mandate now to work for you. And one of those things is being holy. Number two.